What's going on, everybody? It's Jeremy. We are live to talk about the unbelievable disaster, the most disgusting thing that you could imagine has happened today. And regardless if you're a fan of Donald Trump or not, that is completely irrelevant to what is going on here. Now, I know that you have leftist losers out there that are laughing at this because they're too stupid to understand the ramifications of how dangerous this is. But that just shows you how the mentally ill definitely are drawn to the side of the left because they're that fucked up. They're that fucked up in the head where they think it's funny that a former president of the United States can have his home raided by the FBI. But that's not it at all. Do you know who was raided today? The former president of the United States was not raided today. The nominee for Republican president of the United States in 2024, that's who was raided today, because that's exactly why they're so scared of him, because they know that he is going to run in 2024. They know that he has the momentum. They know that he is the most popular person, not only in this country, but around the world. They know all of this, and they can't stop it. They also know they have a bumbling fool in office named Let's Go Brandon, Joe Biden. We know all about how bad he is. We have the video showing the man can't even put on a fucking jacket. He's as clumsy as you could imagine. It's damn near elderly abuse at this point. And they're seeing all of this. They're seeing all of this play out right in front of their very eyes. But again, I want it to be clear. They didn't go after the former president of the United States. They went after the future president of the United States of America, and that's the problem right there. They are terrified of Donald Trump. They are terrified of MAGA. They've tried everything in their power to create this divide between DeSantis and Trump. And there's even some conservatives that are doing that, by the way. And trust me, I'm not even angry at the leftist lunatics. I'm angry at these pathetic people that try to call themselves conservatives. Meanwhile, crying and whining about Donald Trump. If you are a Republican or a conservative and you're still crying about Donald Trump at this point, you are a fucking idiot. And you are just as much a part of the problem as the people on the left. I'm so tired of these soy boys that try to pretend that they are part of the right, trying to pretend that they're conservatives, and then want to cry about Donald J. Trump. Those people are, and I'm not even talking about rhinos, like I'm talking about actual conservatives, actual people that are on the right, yet they are pretending to be offended over Donald Trump and crying about him on social media. I'm so tired of these cowards. Again, I expect it from the left. I expect it from the Democrats. I expect that. But when I see people on the right crying about Donald Trump, those are the people that are part of this right here that I am disgusted with more than anything. Because you opened the door for the leftists to continue to attack. You opened that door. You never saw that shit with Barack Obama. You didn't see Democrats, prominent leftists or prominent Democrats crying about Barack Obama because they're unified in what they're doing. But you have these pathetic cowards on the right, these cowards that'll just sit there and cry about Donald Trump. So those are the people that I'm focused on. Fuck those motherfuckers right there. I'm so sick and tired of these people. But I do appreciate everybody being here. It is very, very, very frustrating to see what has gone down today. If in this current environment right now, at this point in time, if I'm an American citizen and Barack Obama was raided today out of the blue, I would be just as concerned as I am right now that Donald Trump was, because this is, as much as I don't want to minimize President Trump's importance because he is the most important piece of this puzzle, it is bigger than Trump. It is far bigger than Trump. And I want to show you, even Trump understands that. And this is from Benny Johnson, but even Trump understands that it's bigger than him. And this is a tweet that Trump said a long time ago. And this is exactly it right here. This is exactly what it's all about. It's in reality, they're not after me. They're after you. I'm just in the way. That is what this all comes down to right here. So this should concern every logical, common sense thinking American right here. This should concern all of them. So even if you don't like Trump, even if you're not a supporter of Trump, this kind of transcends Trump. And even Trump understands that. Even he understands that this is bigger than him. You have Hunter Biden with all of the evidence out there surrounding him and all of the disgusting acts on video. Nothing. They don't want to talk about it. There's all type of evidence surrounding Joe Biden. They don't want to talk about it. Donald Trump is the most investigated person in my lifetime. I don't know of any person that's been investigated as much as Donald Trump. Maybe Michael Jackson. But even still, I think that Donald Trump has been investigated even more than Michael Jackson. And they found nothing. They found nothing on Michael Jackson. And they found nothing on Donald Trump. Yet they continue to try and create narratives on top of narratives on top of narratives. And people are sick and tired of it. It is truly insane. And I think today that there's a story, and I can't confirm it. I probably needed to look it up before I went live. But I feel like there was a story that said DeSantis was going to start traveling to back Trump-backed people, in their campaign rallies. And that just shows that there's more solidarity than you can imagine. And that Trump-DeSantis rivalry has something that the left has tried to create out of thin air. And of course, there's people on the right that have played right into that too, because they're stupid as fuck. But there was never going to be a rivalry between Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis is the most I think he has more promise than any politician in the world. He has a higher ceiling than Donald Trump. There's no doubt about that. But Trump is still the man. Trump is still the guy. And he has to run in 2024. And he will run in 2024. And he will win in 2024. And that's exactly why this happened today. Because they are absolutely terrified of Donald J. Trump, the 45th president of the United States, and the soon-to-be 47th president of the United States. And again, if you are not terrified by what you are seeing, then you are not paying attention. Because I would have the same exact reaction if Barack Obama was rated like this. This is just unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Now, we're going to look at Trump's statements. And thank you to everybody. I see some of you guys here in chat. I'll get to the chat here in just a moment. So here's Trump's... Here's Trump's post about it over on Truth Social. And I am on Truth Social at D-Day Cobra if you want to go follow me over there. I haven't used it that much. I know the Android app is in process here. But here you have Donald Trump. That doesn't blow up as much as I would like it to. He basically says, "These are dark times for our nation as my beautiful home Mar-A-Lago and Palm Beach, Florida is currently under siege." Now, here's the key to it. Trump wasn't even there. Trump wasn't there. He was in New York City. He was in New York City, so it's obvious that this was all calculated. And he says, and occupied by a large group of FBI agents. Nothing like this has ever happened to a president of the United States before. After working and cooperating with the relevant government agencies, and the unannounced raid on my home was not necessary or appropriate. Yeah, it is. And it's so disgusting that they took it to this level. You know what I mean? It's so disgusting. And he just continues to talk about they're weaponizing the justice system, and an attack by radical left Democrats who desperately don't want me to run for president in 2024, especially based on recent polls. And that's another thing. Like, they really wanted this DeSantis-Trump divide, and it's not there. It was never going to be there. Again, as I've stated, I think Ron DeSantis has more potential than any politician in the country, but it's not his time. It's his time to support Donald Trump, and he knows that. And Ron DeSantis is smart enough to recognize that. He's not going to let you create this. Now, I will say, Trump probably would fight DeSantis if DeSantis had anything to say to him, because that's just Donald Trump. Like, Donald Trump is a fighter, a counterpuncher. But Ron DeSantis is too smart to get caught up in it, and he knows the juice is with Trump. Trump has the juice. Trump has the momentum, and Ron DeSantis understands that. He's not an idiot. He's not stupid. He's a brilliant person. Ron DeSantis is too smart for the left's nonsense. He just is. But back to the point at hand. the fact that this is happening in the United States of America is terrifying. It really is. Sadly, America has now become one of these third world countries, corrupt at a level not seen before. They even broke into my safe. So they even broke into Donald Trump's safe. And it said, they even broke my safe. What is the difference between this and Watergate, where operatives broke into the Democratic National Committee? Here, in reverse, Democrats broke into the home of the 45th president of the United States. The political persecution of Donald J. Trump has been going on for years, with now fully debunked Russia scam, impeachment hoax 1, impeachment hoax 2, and so much more. It never ends. It is political targeting at the highest level. Hillary Clinton was allowed to delete and acid wash 33,000 emails after they were subpoenaed by Congress. Absolutely nothing has happened to her to hold her accountable. She even took antique furniture and other items from the White House. I stood up to the corruption. I restored power to the people, truly delivered for our country like we have never seen before. The establishment hated it. Now, as they watch my endorsed candidates win big victories and see my dominance in the polls, they are trying to stop me and the Republican Party once more. The lawlessness, political persecution, and witch hunt must be exposed and stopped. I will continue to fight for the great American people. That is Donald J. Trump, the 45th president of the United States of America. Again, disgusting on every single possible level. Donald Trump, the greatest president of my lifetime, as I've said over and over and over and over again. And I will continue to say it over and over again because it's true. Now, one person I want to look up, I want to look at their feed really quick, is someone that's always on top of this, and that is Jack Posobiec. I want to see what Posobiec has to say because he's always on top of things. So let's see. If you have a normie job, don't have social media in your real name, and keep your head down. Or say, if you have a normie job, don't have social media in your real name and keep your head down if you're a Trump supporter. Fairness is a myth. The only standard is there are no standards. And yes, the system is rigged. I agree with him. That was back in 2020, and he's just retweeting that now. But I also think that people have to stop being scared of the nonsense. Because if people do continue to hide, then it only gives them more power. So while I understand what he's saying, and I don't want anyone to lose their job or compromise their jobs, that's an attitude that gives them more power. Like, for instance, I'll tell you a little story of something that happened today. So one of my writers on geeksandgamers.com wrote an article about the movie Prey. And in that article, they made a statement about an Indian woman. Now, it's a statement I wasn't familiar with. And I had a few losers on Twitter tagging me, calling us racist, which basically means it's a day that ends in Y. And once upon a time, those things actually affected me. I'm like, I don't want to be called this. I don't want to be called this. And so anyway, I'm like, okay, why am I racist today? And so I can't remember the term that this person that my writer used, but so I looked it up and I was like, okay, so this is the widespread definition is it's either an offensive term or it describes an Indian woman or wife. Like, that's the wide range. The fuck's the word? Hang on. Was it? Hang on. Let me give me a minute and I'll tell you. And I'll tell you how I handled it too. So it's I think it's squawk. Is that what it is? I can't remember. It shows you how I don't even know what the damn word is. Here it is. No, that's not it either. Give me a fucking minute. This is why. So these people were offended over this word. Okay, let me just pull the article up and I'll show you. Yeah, there it is. Squaw. Is that what it is? Okay. So right here. Okay. And then I'll pull up the definition, and I'm gonna tell you how we handled it. Because you can never ever bend the knee to these fucking clowns because they're awful people. Okay, so this is it right here. Okay, so it's squaw, and it says offensive, a Northern American Indian woman or wife. How's that offensive? So then you look deeper into it, and apparently in 2021 of November, it was determined to be an offensive term. I didn't know this. My writer didn't know this. My editor-in-chief didn't know this. Now, if someone would have come to me privately and said something about this, okay, if they would have said something about this, I would have probably said, hey, well, I didn't realize that that was something that was a problem. Here it is right here. So this is all that was said right here. Prey follows Naru, a Comanche squaw, who is repeatedly told she's better than everyone else in her community at everything except hunting. So she focuses. That's where the reference is. Okay. So they went after. So they started calling me racist, sexist, yada, yada, yada. Like, again, not the first time. I was not familiar with the term. Now, if somebody would came to me privately and been genuine in, giving this information and saying, hey, just a heads up, this term is deemed offensive, so you might want to look into that, maybe edit your article. I would have done that, and I probably would have removed the word just on the respectful basis if someone came to me. But I had losers tagging me on Twitter crying about it. So I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't give a fuck. In fact, I'm leaving it. I'm leaving it just to piss you off because you're a fucking loser. Because I don't give a shit about your feelings, and I don't give a shit about your social media grandstanding. I don't give a fuck. You mean nothing to me. Your feelings mean nothing to me, and your tears mean nothing to me. I will never, ever, ever fucking apologize for your opinions or your feelings. Never. Not in a million fucking years. If you come to me with respect, you get treated with respect. That's it. So if you come to me privately in a sign of good faith and say, hey, this word right here, it's yada, yada, yada. Let me do my research. Okay. But when you go on social media and try to grandstand, you can go fuck yourself. That's my stance on it right there. Now, the whole point is this is about what Posobiec said. And again, I like Jack Posobiec a lot. And he says, if you have a normie job, don't have social media in your real name, keep your head down if you're a Trump supporter. That gives them the power, though, because they are silencing you. They are shaming you into silence. And that was made on June 10th of 2020. What has happened since June 10th of 2020? So clearly that's not the method. You can't let these people intimidate you. You can't do it. I understand people have jobs, people have lives, people have bills, and I'm not telling you what to do. But what I'm saying is in the overall scope of that approach, they have strength in numbers, and they signal boost stuff on social media because they think that they can shame you into silence and then overwhelm everyone with these bots and these drones, these mindless drones that don't think for themselves. And they just make you feel like that you are on an island by yourself when you have a good, position on things. But they want to make you feel isolated. They want to make you feel like your opinion has no strength, and no one actually agrees with you. That is the point behind what they do. So while I understand what he's saying, and I still respect people if they have to do that, I don't think that's the best approach, because right now they are shaming people. They just did what they did to Alex Jones, and now they're going after President Donald Trump. The assault on opinions is here. And it is. And no, while I think, obviously, Alex Jones has apologized more times than I can count. He's apologized directly on our show when he was on about the Sandy Hook thing. He's apologized for it. The media doesn't want you to know that. They have never wanted you to know that he retracted and apologized. Doesn't make it right. Doesn't mean it was okay. But what it means is that it happened, and the media wants to sit there and it ignored that. And it's disgusting. But there was a point behind the Alex Jones trial, and it wasn't about Alex Jones, and it wasn't about Sandy Hook. It was about far more implications than that. And now what they're doing with Donald Trump is pretty freaking scary. It's pretty freaking scary, and people need to wake up, man. Gerald Armstrong says this means Hunter is getting indicted. Maybe. The Matrix and Roadshow, it's treason then. Johnny the Whiz Kid, I gave a shout out to Geeks and Gamers and many of you guys on the Next News Network stream. They were talking about the same thing with Trump's place being raided. Yeah, Next News Network is they subscribe to Geeks and Gamers, which is kind of cool. So I like those guys over there a lot. Dermy Wormy, I'm in the middle of my Sandman episode 2 review, and this happens. What the fuck? Do you know how dangerous this is to everyone? Yes. Yes. Like, this is so dangerous. If you are a Trump supporter, if you're a Trump hater, if you are just middle of the road with Trump and don't care, this has an impact on you. This has an impact on everyone. If you are a Biden voter, this affects you. At some point in time, your opinions are going to be wrong too. No matter how much you agree with the narrative today, tomorrow or the next day or the next week or the next month, at some point in time, your opinions are going to be wrong as well. That is just how it is. Swig of water for the working man. Now, I agree with let me pull up Posobic's feed again, because like I said, he tweets like a madman. So let's see here. Let's see what Posobic's saying now. Okay, can't. Ooh. All right, let me make this bigger so we can read it. Okay, that's a good point. God damn it. Can't wait to see the DeSantis action on Mar-A-Lago. He will drop the hammer on this lawlessness. That is true. This took place in the great state of Florida. Ron DeSantis will not put up with nonsense. I didn't even think about that. Dude, can you imagine when Ron DeSantis... Oh, I did not even think about that. Did not even think about it. I'm not entirely sure what the right thing to do is at this precise juncture. And this is, of course, a federal raid, but Governor Ron DeSantis needs to do something about this utter outrage in Palm Beach. 100% agree with that. Do we have someone? Hang on. Yes, we do. I don't know. You're not going to add anything to the conversation, though. Hi, Krista.
Hi.
All right. We are talking politics, so I'll put you backstage for now. Okay.
No worries. I'm just here to do the back end stuff.
Okay. Thank you. Everyone say hello to Krista.
Hi.
So Krista, you probably have no idea what's going on, but
I just tuned in.
The FBI raided Donald Trump's home.
What?
Yes, this is unprecedented. What we're dealing with here. They raided his home and went into his safe and everything while he was in New York, and his home's in Florida. So
what the heck?
Yes.
Oh
so
my
that's
gosh!
What we're doing
all right, I'm gonna tune in. All right. Do your thing. Do your thing.
All right.
It's insane.
All right.
Okay. Bye.
Okay. So right now, so he says this is, of course, a federal raid, but Governor Ron DeSantis needs to do something about this utter outrage in Palm Beach. Tit for tat, mutually assured destruction. The only way out is through. I can't imagine. Chat, can you imagine what's going to happen when Ron DeSantis gets involved with this? Again, I want people to understand who we're talking about here. And I know most of you already do, okay? But let's just understand this is who we're talking about right here, okay? All right. Give me a second. I got to find this clip. Okay. So this is DeSantis just talking about this is DeSantis talking about Disney, okay? Can you imagine what he's going to do? Now, again, I don't know the ramifications as to what parameters he has, but I have to imagine he's not happy. Now, this is DeSantis talking about Disney, okay?
Yesterday, we signed the Parents' Rights in Education bill. It's interesting when, like, a Disney-owned ABC would put that out on tweet. They'd say, Governor DeSantis signs bill to prohibit instruction in sexual identity and gender identity in some grades. Some grades. Why would they say some grades instead of K through 3? It's just amazing if you're trying to inform the... So you saw a lot of this, but then for Disney to come out and put a statement and say that the bill should have never passed and that they are going to actively work to repeal it, I think, one, was fundamentally dishonest, but two, I think that crossed the line. This state is governed by the interests of the people of the state of Florida. It is not based on the demands of California corporate executives. They do not run this state. They do not control this state. I also thought it was interesting.
So again, that's just a little discussion, a little tease, and how he handled the situation with Disney. Again, it's different, 100% different. To be clear, we're talking about a company with a mouse as a mascot versus the FBI. Clearly, that's a far more difficult situation, but individuals have rights, and a former president of the United States has rights. And again, as it happened with Twitter, when Donald Trump was banned from Twitter, that should have been a wake-up call to everyone. If he gets banned, then none of us are safe. And now, if he's getting raided, none of us are safe. Again, President Trump, in my opinion, outside of potentially Michael Jackson, is the most investigated person I've ever seen in my lifetime. And probably more so than Michael Jackson even. Although Michael Jackson went through hell. And that's just a fact. And he was 100% innocent, by the way. And if you don't believe me, just go watch Razor Fist's video on it, and you will be absolutely annihilated by facts and logic. But that's neither here nor there. What Trump is dealing with right now is just more of what he's been dealing with for the last several years. Again, this is a man who was a media darling. All of the woke companies and the woke politicians loved Donald Trump when he was a businessman, when they could benefit from him as a businessman. And now that he's a politician saying things that they don't like, going against their narrative because he's way too powerful to have to worry about, all the lobbyists and all of their, back end dealings, suddenly he's a threat to everything that they stand for. And it's just disgusting. So everyone should be concerned. And again, if this happened to Barack Obama, I would feel the same way. Obviously, I'll be more passionate about it with Trump, but at the end of the day, I remember when Alex Jones got banned from Twitter and YouTube and everything. I wasn't even really a fan of Alex Jones at that point, and I still kind of viewed him as like this crazy person because I really only saw him from afar and I only heard about some of the things. But even then, I'm like, this sets a terrible precedent for moving forward. It just does. Like, I don't care who the guy is. He deserves to have a voice on a platform when you have these vague rules. And if you're going to allow other people that do these things, then you have to allow this guy that does these things. But of course, with wokeness, there is no consistency. But Alex Jones was just the beginning of the situation. Kristi Noem has released a statement. Okay, that's good. Let's see. I'll pull that one up for you really quick. All right, here we go. And I truly believe this is going to do nothing but just unify people behind Trump even more so than they already were. Okay, Kristi Noem. Today, following the FBI raid on former President Donald Trump's home, Governor Kristi Noem issued a following statement. The FBI raid on President Trump's home is an unprecedented political weaponization of the Justice Department. They've been after President Trump as a candidate, as a president, and now a former president. Using in the criminal justice system in this manner is un-American. Well said, Kristi Noem. And again, she is arguably the second best governor in the United States of America. Okay, she's amazing. She's a badass. But do we have a statement from DeSantis yet? Krista, can you look up and see if Ron DeSantis has made a statement on this yet? Because I would be curious to know if Ron DeSantis has said anything on Twitter or social media or anything like that. That right there, she's awesome. And again, this will unify. So as we saw earlier with Jack Posobiec, let me go back to his feed really quick. Right there. Yeah, right here. They will raid the private home of the 45th president while they cancel you for Facebook posts from 5 years ago. That is 100% accurate. That is their mindset. That is what they do. Then we have, has every GOP elected leader denounced the raid on Mar-A-Lago yet? We are watching and keeping receipts. Oh, dude, there's so many cowards. There's so many cowards. Not even just the Republican, not even Republican elected leaders, but just people in the conservative movement. They're cowards, absolute cowards. There's so many fence sitters out there. I don't watch Tim Pool. I know he's known as the fence sitter, but like, people like him and Ben Shapiro really annoyed me in the early days of Trump's first run for president because they bought into that narrative that Donald Trump is mean, Donald Trump is sexist. Ben Shapiro literally said that Donald Trump is a sexist prior to Donald Trump winning. He said that. What kind of clown says that? Like, what kind of idiot says that? I think Ben Shapiro's brilliant. I'm a big fan of a lot of what he does. When you say shit like that, get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. It's absolutely insane. But there's a lot of people in the conservative movement that are cowards, and they open the door for this type of stuff. They open the door. When you are buying into the narrative that Donald Trump is a racist or a sexist, because why? Because he's unfiltered, because he's not a polished politician, because he doesn't bullshit everything he says like 99% of all politicians. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. It's just, it is. It's really disgusting, but it's not surprising. But that's my problem with it, is the conservative side of this, where there's a lot of cowards from that perspective. There just is. And as I've said, I'll call anybody out if it pertains to the point that I'm trying to make. When I focus on the entertainment industry, I am always going to be calling out the left and the wokeness, because that is the problem. That is the problem in the entertainment industry. So that's why Geeks and Gamers is always calling out leftists and woke nonsense, because they have ruined the entertainment industry, and they continue to do so. But when it comes to other things, I'll call a Republican out in a heartbeat if it pertains to what I'm talking about. And Republicans, generally speaking, are fucking cowards. And so are conservatives, especially these beta soy boys on the right that can't deal with Donald Trump because he's too divisive. Donald Trump is too mean. Donald Trump says mean words. Donald Trump's divisive, and we don't need a divisive president. No, what we don't need is bitch boys like you trying to pretend that you're a Republican when you're not. Now, I'm not a Republican. I'm an independent free thinker. I don't align with any political party. But when I see these soy boys on the right whining about Donald Trump being mean, Donald Trump being mean is your problem? $1.90 gas, that was fine for you though, right? You'd rather pay $6 a gallon than mean tweets? Are you kidding me? Come on. Oh my God. I see Drunk 3PO in the chat. What's up, Drunk? Drunk got made fun of. Kevin Smith made fun of Drunk 3PO. Matter of fact, I have that right here. Where am I at? Let's see. Where's my profile at? I got this screen blown up. So is that it right there? Here we go. Right here. So Kevin Smith screenshots Yellow Flash's Twitter account, which has Drunk 3PO's face on cupcakes. So I retweeted Kevin Smith, said, Kevin Smith is pathetic. We're going to roast him tomorrow for Tuesday night's main event. Shout out to Drunk 3PO. So that was pretty good. All right, back to, let me do a refresh on Posobiec, because that's why you guys are here to talk about the disgusting raid of President Trump's home. All right, so you saw him at that, okay. Yeah, there's Kristi Noem, and I'm gonna retweet that because she's awesome. Kristi Noem is a badass. I still disagree with this point right here, but I understand the point. And again, this is from 2020, and Posobiec's retweeting it. But you know, this is how they are able to weaponize political opinions, because they're scaring people from being themselves. You can never let them intimidate you. But again, Posobiec's looking out for the people, and I get it. I don't disagree with like the point he's making. I just think that that's why they're able to get away with what they're doing. And again, this point here about DeSantis is great. And yeah, there's Breitbart. Let's see. There was once a man who went around the land telling us that the federal government was out of control, targeting citizens like a witch hunt. But he angered those in power, so they sent him away. And DeSantis tweeted? All right, let me see. Okay. Okay, let's see what we got here. No, he didn't. Damn it. Let's see. Damn, you got my hopes up. I guess I just saw one person to say that. Let me see. Let me see if there's any statements. I don't think Chris is here right now. Ron DeSantis. So here's a story that broke 7 hours ago on the DeSantis point. He did tweet. A lot of people are saying he did. All right. This is so Ron DeSantis to campaign for Trump-backed candidates in Arizona, Ohio, Pennsylvania with Turning Point Action. So this terrifies them. So not from his governor account. Okay, let me see if I can find that. Give me just a second here. So he Oh, okay. Yep. All right. We got a Ron DeSantis tweet. I haven't even read it. Let's read it live right here. The raid on Mar-A-Lago is another escalation in the weaponization of federal agencies against the regime's political opponents. While people like Hunter Biden get treated with kid gloves, now the regime is getting another 87,000 IRS agents to wield against its adversaries. Banana Republic. Get them, Ron. Get them, Ron. Let's see. Drunk 3PO was wrong. Go chat. You guys are awesome. This is disgusting. I'm sick and tired of all of this. I'm sick of it. And all we need to do is continue to let our voices be heard, because as long as our voices are out there, they can't stop the people. They can intimidate, because this is all about intimidation. This is about intimidating you from having an opinion. And trust me, it gets in my head a little bit with the platform I have. You know, we have 10 different YouTube channels with Geeks and Gamers. Plus, you add my main account here, and you worry, like, because I'm a Trump supporter, are they going to take me down? Which affects my entire business, which my business is not built around being a Trump supporter. But even if it was, that would be fine. It's not, but that doesn't matter. That's not how they view it. They view us as the enemy if we are a vocal Trump supporter. So many people they've labeled me as that on the left. They're like, you know, the guy from Geeks and Gamers is a Trump supporter. Yes, I am a Trump supporter, and I'm proud of it. And there's nothing you're going to do to stop me. And the more that you try to shame me about being a Trump supporter, the more I'm just going to tell you how much of a supporter I am, because you cannot stop me. They're so used to using people's political opinions to shame them and to take them down. That just are, and we can't let it happen. K-Biz, holy shit, K-Biz. These are scary and sick times. What a disgrace. This is absolutely insane, weaponizing the DOJ to go after other political foes. Hopefully DeSantis stands up in whatever way he can. K-Biz, my bro, thank you, K-Biz. Got to meet K-Biz. It was awesome. Me and Jay met him. Thank you he's just a big supporter. With supporters like K-Biz, Geeks and Gamers is going to continue to go to the moon. And K-Biz, I gotta talk to you about something. So I'll shoot you a message later and we'll talk, because I got some good news to share for you, man. So thank you so much. Why is the whole chat asking about N-bombs? What are they talking about? I have no idea. But thank you, K-Biz. I appreciate that, brother. I'm glad DeSantis has tweeted out. And notice he tweeted as, like, not the governor, but as an individual, which is interesting. Very interesting there. All right, let me see where else we are with everything. Let me see. Oh, Saltysaurus Rex. Last week, they violated the rights of Alex Jones, and now they go after 45. Seems like they are testing the waters and accelerating and sowing chaos in our country. They got open borders, criminals, drugs, sex traffickers, and food shortages. Fuck these people. 100%. Like, how can you, and thank you, Saltysaurus Rex, how can you sit there and just honestly feel good about the direction of this country? And I'm talking to everybody right now. Like, everybody, regardless if you voted for Trump, if you hate Trump, whatever your opinion on Trump is, that's irrelevant to my question. Is your day-to-day life better or worse than it was 2 years ago, 3 years ago? If you're being honest about that, it's a lot worse. And that is just the truth. This is insanity. And they are relying upon pathetic, weak-minded people to continue to eat up their nonsense. This is really bad. Like the gas prices right now, and look, it's a self-inflicted injury for me. So I'm not saying that you should feel bad for me, but I'm not a fan of flying. I really am not. I will fly if I absolutely have to, but I like my hands on the wheel. And I'm doing a lot of traveling right now, and I drive an F-150. It eats a lot of gas. I'm driving to places like Houston. I'm driving to Vegas, soon in a couple of weeks for the fan meetup. And I'm doing that to go meet all of you and hang out with you. The fact that I'm having to pay $4 a gallon in some places, $4.50, like it is brutal. I mean, you think about that and you're like, when Trump was in office, gas prices were incredibly low, comparatively speaking. Food shortages. As I travel, I go to different stores and check out different places. There's food shortages everywhere, baby formula shortages. It's just really bad. Everything is really bad. And so objectively speaking, all you need to do is take a step back and ask yourself, am I in better shape today than I was, 2-3 years ago? You were in better shape when Trump was in office. You just were. And these people are too dumb to realize that they're against him. All these people crying for Brittany Griner to be free. Trump would have had her home in 3 days. And there wouldn't be a war in Ukraine either. All these people that are flying their Ukraine banners in their profile and how they stand with the people of Ukraine, none of that would be happening if Donald Trump was in office. None of it would be happening. He got the Ball brothers home in no time at all when they got caught up in a situation. But all these people that are anti-Trump are also crying because Brittany Griner, someone who hates America, is caught up in Russia for breaking the fucking law, by the way. But they don't pay attention to that. It's just, it's incredible. Let me see if there's any other updates right now that I know. Well, we got a tweet from someone that's not overly political, but and I'm sure he'll create a stir in the chat. But I like this guy. I like Keemstar. Okay. FBI raids Trump Mar-a-Lago home. Idea of FBI raiding a former president seems like something that would happen in a third world country. I can't believe fellow Americans support this. It makes us look so corrupt from both sides. The right and the left look so horrible. Can you disagree with anything Keem said? And again, I'm a fan of Keemstar. I like Keemstar a lot. But he's 100% right there. Absolutely right. So what a horrible, horrible situation we find ourselves in right now. Still looking to see if there's any other updates right now. I think I like what Posobiec said about keep your eyes out for elected Republican officials to see if they have denounced this. Here is one of the most awesome people in politics right now. Here is Carrie Lake. Our government, originally created of the people, by the people, and for the people, is now turned against we the people. No one is safe. I am praying not only for President Trump, but for the entire nation. The entire nation. Absolutely crazy, man. Let's see what else we have on the feed here. Benny Johnson. Benny Johnson's awesome. I like Benny Johnson a lot. I met Benny Johnson in Nashville. So, see, like this is a guy right here, Cernovich, a complete coward, always whining about Trump, always crying about Trump. Like, I can't stand Cernovich because he's always crying about it. All right, guys, you can 100% get rid of the guys that are spamming the chat, by the way. Spam, get them gone. No interest in spam. So get them out of here. They can jerk off to their own tears because that's all they have. But let me see. All right, here's Clay Travis. The FBI raid on Donald Trump's residence makes him far stronger. It confirms every allegation this is 100% accurate. Let's talk about, okay, Clay Travis is on point, and I love Clay Travis. Okay, the FBI raid on Donald Trump's residence makes him far stronger. It confirms every allegation he's made about the political nature of the Department of Justice, and it looks wildly desperate. A failing president who knows he's on track to be crushed, desperately trying to take out his top rival. Boom, boom, boom. That's what's up right there. That is the best tweet of the night so far. That is the best tweet of the night by Clay Travis. I love it. He also says, it's unprecedented, a direct threat to democracy. But more than that, it's an incredible sign of weakness and fear. The reason why this happens in the Banana Republic is because dictators fear the will of the people. Biden knows he's going to be trounced in 24. He's a concerned old man. I'll be on Sean Hannity tonight in a few minutes discussing this unprecedented and anti-democratic act. Get your popcorn. Yes, yes, yes. That's what I'm talking about right there. So that's beautiful. Beautifully said. Well said. Absolutely love it. Clay Travis. I've been a fan of Clay Travis for a long time. And, I'm totally on board with everything that he just said right there. So if you're just joining us, we are talking about the unbelievably disgusting act of the FBI raiding. And again, as I am forming this, they didn't raid the former president of the United States of America. They raided the future Republican nominee for president of the United States of America. That's who they are attacking. If Donald Trump, and he said it, he literally said it like 2 weeks ago. He said, if I tell everybody today I'm not running, the witch hunt ends, the attacks end. But I can't do that. I can't do that because the country needs me. He called it. Everything this man says comes true. He's always on point. Always on point. And it's just unbelievable that he continues to predict exactly what's going to happen over and over again. Swig of water for the working man. Everybody's talking about this right now. And all this did was make Trump stronger. I agree with Clay Travis. All this did was make him stronger. All this did was confirm that this man will be the 2024 nominee and he will win in 2024. That's what has happened tonight. This is going to backfire miraculously. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful backfire. And so I see a few people are crying because I said get the spam out. I'm literally talking about a spammer. I'm not talking about you guys. You guys can talk shit about me. You can joke. You can say whatever. All I'm saying is the spam people. So talk shit. The more comments you make, the more it helps the algorithm. I'm fine with that. I actually encourage you to talk bad about me. But in terms of this, back to the original point, I'll be interested to see how this all, plays out and how everybody kind of starts navigating around this. But right now you're starting to see people coming together for President Trump. They are unifying people, which is absolutely necessary. It's necessary for, what has to happen. And again, there's clueless people out there. They have been programmed and trained to believe that Donald J. Trump is a bad person, that he's a racist, that he's a sexist, that he's a criminal. The man has been investigated more than anyone, and they've never found a single thing on him. And the fact that someone that's been investigated so much, and they found nothing on him, yet now they've decided to raid the home of not only a former president, but someone that's been investigated more times than I can count, and they've never found anything on him. Yet they've decided to raid him. It's because it's not about finding anything. This is about creating a narrative. This is about creating fear in people's minds. This is about creating doubt in people's minds because they know that Trump is too powerful. They know he's too popular. They know that he has too much momentum, and there's literally not a single person that can defeat him straight up one-on-one. They have to add nonsense to it. They have to add something else. They cannot have a fair fight because in a fair fight, there is not a single human being on this planet that can defeat Donald Trump in an election. There's just not. And you can either accept that or you can't. But you being upset or fake offended over Donald Trump has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. When Donald Trump goes over to other countries, he's celebrated like a hero because he's so popular everywhere. The media doesn't tell you that. The media doesn't want you to know that. The media will take a few clips of a few people that don't like him because they are controlled by the media, and they'll play that and they'll try to create a narrative about that. But the facts are the most popular person, not only in this country, but in the entire world, is Donald Trump. That's just a fact. And you don't have to like it, but it just is what it is. That ain't my truth. It's the truth. And you have to deal with it no matter what. We live in a world where the former president of the United States gets raided, but I have to respect your pronouns on Twitter? That's the world we live in. That's the leftist world we live in. Former president of the United States can get FBI raided, but I have to respect your pronouns on Twitter? What? Good Lord, man. That's the clown world we're in right now. People, the same people that'll tell you that their pronouns have to be respected are celebrating what's going on right now. That should tell you everything you need to know about those clowns. 100%. Trump for God King 2024. All right, I know you guys sent some super chats. Let me catch up on these really quick. I do appreciate all of you. Thank you for your patience and everything like that. This was not a planned stream, but once the news broke, I knew I had to get on here and talk about it because I'm very frustrated. Let's see. Gerald says Trump needs to announce ASAP. I don't know. In chat, you can tell me. I don't know. Like, the reason he's waiting, I don't know when the date is that he can actually officially announce and not create any issues there. But that's obviously, the timing is perfect for that because he's waiting to announce, and all of a sudden this happens as it's clear as day his momentum. Like, all of the straw polls, all of his candidates are winning. All of the momentum is moving in the MAGA direction. And it's, he's obviously strongly hinted that he's going to run. And now suddenly this happens. Pretty convenient timing, don't you think? Kevin says, are they going to raid the My Pillow guy next? Shaking my head. Probably. I mean, look what they've done to him. Look how much they've thrown him under the bus. Look how much he's lost. All because he supports Trump. That's it. Like, this guy was a hero. They used to love him. Used to love Lindell. But now they go after him and they've branded him this horrible, horrible person. You know what I mean? Let's see. CJ says, why won't the FBI keep the same energy about Hunter Biden's laptop and Epstein's list? It's very convenient, isn't it? It's very, very convenient that they just suddenly don't have the information. They don't have the same energy. The Sean 2 W3 insert screaming lady yelling no, LOL. Anyway, what's good, Jeremy? A lot going on, that's for sure. It's been a pretty interesting turn of events, man. And it's shocking. It's shocking that this is going on. It really is. And I don't know, like, we are just living in such a weird world right now. And just when you think it can't get any worse, it continues to get worse. Spider Unlimited, here's for 45. Thank you. Zenny Biscuit, who's ready for November and 2024? It's going to be interesting. And I mean, how can they not understand that they've done nothing? Like, do you think anyone that's a supporter of Trump is now going, I don't know if I can support Trump tonight after this? No, you've only woken people up. Literally, they are getting woke, but in the wrong way. They are waking up to your nonsense. They're waking up to the reality that Trump was always right about the witch hunt and the political propaganda. He always was. And they're just proving him right. Queasy says, miss my Geese and Gamers fam. Lost my mom a couple of months back, but it's great to have a community here to fall back on and take your mind off the BS. Love you. Oh, man, Queasy, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. I'm glad that you're here. And, if if you need anything, man, you just let us know. We're happy to entertain and take your mind off a few things, man. So glad you're here, buddy. Sorry for your loss. Genuinely sorry. Anthony Gaming, I'm hoping Trump becomes president soon and he does come to Australia and he tells them to run a country and state all of the, Albanese administration always talk about climate change. I'm getting sick. Hey, I mean, I don't think he's going to go to Australia and tell them how to run a country. He's not that. He doesn't overstep to that point. I mean, Donald Trump is very much like, if you remember, when the Summer of Love was going on, Trump had every ability, like he had every right to just, send troops or, the National Guard into that. But he didn't. He didn't overstep. He waited for the governor. He let the governors run the state how they wanted to run the state. He could have made an executive order. He could have, but he didn't. And, it's just, it's really interesting how he doesn't do the dictator stuff at all, yet they claim he is one, and then they do the dictator stuff, and people still haven't realized it, So, all right. So we got Red, or is it at? The Happy Plague Doctor says, we are all chosen by God to witness these times. Use your talents accordingly. Thank you for the super chat. Red Pill Trooper, Ron will expose himself as a rhino if he F's up. No, there's no way DeSantis is a rhino. And then Gerald Armstrong says, DeSantis tweeted 2 minutes ago. Yeah, just saw that. Sir Ruin of House Roundhead, if this is somehow did get Trump in jail, how would you react? Hope you're doing well. By the way, how would I react if Trump goes to jail? I would absolutely believe that it was 100% set up, because Trump has been investigated more than anybody and they found nothing. There's no precedent for what they did tonight. There is no known precedent for this. Again, it all goes back to if you cry about Trump for 5 years, 6 years, if you call him every name in the book for 5 or 6 years and literally nothing is proven, then all of a sudden now I'm supposed to believe it after you've investigated him for 5 or 6 years? No, not a chance. And you make your bed and you have to lay in it. So as I talked about, the reason I brought the whole thing up about Geeks and Gamers and the website today, and how the same people that have been calling me racist and sexist for like 4 years were then saying, hey, you guys are racist because you had this word on your website. And I'm like, that might matter if you didn't call me racist for 4 straight years, but I really don't care what you have to say. I literally don't care. And now I'm just going to keep it up in spite of you, because yeah, I genuinely would like, with the information and seeing like the discussion around, I was like, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with using the word, but whatever, bad optics. I don't mind taking it down. Doesn't hurt my feelings to take it down if there was no outrage surrounding it, if it was just an honest thing that we kind of realized. But now I have these leftist losers that have been crying about me for 4 years, saying the same shit that they've been saying. Well, now I'm just going to keep it up in spite of you. So that's the whole thing. Like, if you had never really accused Trump of being anything, and then suddenly there's something happened and they had to raid his house, then I think it would have a lot more weight and staying power. At this point, none of us trust the DOJ. None of us trust the Biden administration. None of us trust politicians. None of us. So they have no credibility with anybody with a working brain and the slightest bit of common sense. They have no credibility, and that's on them. They lost the credibility with us. We didn't take the credibility. They lost the credibility, and now they have to work to get it back, and there's no sign of that happening anytime soon. So that's where I stand on it. So if Trump ends up in jail, which I do not think will happen, my stance will be that he's been 100% set up, because they have lost all of my trust. Jay Hellstorm says, check my retweet. That's probably DeSantis, right? Is that what that is, Jay Hellstorm? Let's see, Jay Hellstorm. Yep, that's it. All right, thanks, Jay Hellstorm. Yeah, I got it. Appreciate you, bud. Mike Hill, FBI just grabbed boxes of documents without looking at them properly, so they don't even know what paperwork they took. Yeah, I have heard some reports about how they just went in there and it was sloppy. And again, the key here is that they did it when Trump wasn't even there. They did it when Trump wasn't there. That's crazy. Johnny Whiskey, I changed my avatar and brought out MAGA. That's awesome. Nice. It's hard to see it from here. Red Pill Trooper, Ron will expose himself as a rhino if he messes up. I don't know what that means. Like, what do you mean if he messes up? I don't get that comment at all. There's K-Biz's very generous super chat. Thank you, K-Biz. I appreciate that, man. And again, I'll hit you up. Interesting stuff to share with you. The good Tom King, don't worry about gas prices. Think of Ukraine. Yeah, of course. Fetty Gator says, January 6th, prisoners, mask mandate, vax mandates, purging of military, food, gas price crisis, 87,000 new IRS agents, and a weaponized FBI. They are all coming for us. It's getting bad. It's getting real bad. It's getting real bad. And anybody that's not paying attention, going to get caught up in it. Anthony Gaming, Ron DeSantis, I'm hoping income Prime Minister Australia. We need help. I appreciate the enthusiasm. Don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. I hope my future governor I hope my future governor comments on it. Where are you from, Gerald? I'm curious about that. Jolly Roger, I need someone to raid Josiah's home for some epic verse updates. Josiah won't let us see anything. Jeremy, tell him to give us something. Hey, it worked for Ripa. Okay, it worked for Ripa. Seal Hunter says Jeremy sucks at Mario Kart. Let's see. Chevalier says, hail, Jeremy. Did you see the Pride Parade in Montreal was canceled because they lacked quote unquote manpower? What? Is that for real? No. No. I got to look that up. Let's see. If that's the headline, that's the greatest thing ever. Let's see. Hang on. All right. Let's. You know what? We're just gonna read this. That's funny. All right. I don't know if this is the story, but we're gonna read it. All right. Montreal Pride organizer. Here, let me blow this up a little bit. Okay. Montreal Pride organizer says parade was canceled because hiring staff was never done. Tens of thousands of people were expected to attend the parade on Sunday. The reasons behind the shocking last-minute cancellation of Montreal's Pride Parade can be boiled down to a simple yet glaring oversight, according to the event lead organizer. A failure to hire security staff. The parade was canceled on Sunday morning, just hours before it was set to kick off. Oh, that's funny. It was something we're going to investigate. As you can imagine, we're taking it very seriously. I don't want to speculate at this moment. Obviously, I'm the executive director of this organization, so ultimately I'm the person responsible for this. With tens of thousands expected spectators and participants left disappointed, some holding impromptu events on their own, Gamanchi is left with having to explain what went wrong. That is funny, dude. That is funny. So you didn't have enough manpower at your Pride Parade. Didn't have enough manpower. Huh. Pretty interesting. I'll give a swig of water for that one because that is funny. That is funny. Oh my God. That was really good right there. All right, let me see here. SPD girl off topic, but Splatoon 3 Direct Wednesday at 6 a.m. Yeah, I did see that. I'm sure we'll have some updates over on Geeks and Gamers Play once that releases. Thank you, SPD girl. Britton J. Orwin says the devil will go after those who are a threat to corruption. Trump stands in the way of corruption. Have no fear, we will win. God bless you, Jeremy. Thank you so much. that platformer or that performer says everyone knows it's going to come to a revolution, but no one is yet brave enough to admit it. It's going to be bad. You're right about that. Mark says 3 waters on me. What's your favorite brand? My favorite brand, I really like Smart Water. So yeah, that's my, I don't know if this is, I think this is filtered water we had in the house, but thank you, Mark. 427 Arbach says, if we only could see the legendary "My channel is under attack" video Trump would have made if he were allowed on YouTube. Yeah, man. That's what's so crazy about it. Donald Trump's not on YouTube. What? How? He's not on YouTube. He's not on Twitter. But you got platforms out there like Rumble, which I really like Rumble a lot, by the way. So I do have my D-Day Cobra channel over there. We also have all of the Geeks and Gamers channels over there on Rumble. So I like Rumble. I'm getting used to True Social. They need to get that Android app out. Josh for 5 says, Trump's looking a lot older these days, and I worry about him declining like Biden come election day, even though we're starting to win. I mean, that's a valid concern. But Trump is even though his age is up there, he's in pretty good shape, far better shape than Biden. Even mentally, he's sound. He's very sound. Lancer, what's happening is very nightmarish to Trump. I reported on the Hard News Network about Navy personnel hunting right-wing Navy. It's bad. I'm sending emails soon. Sorry it's taking me so long. IRL issues. I totally understand. There's no problem with that at all. In terms of I don't want to get too far into it, but I'm sure do we have any members of the military here in the chat right now? Curious about that. No worries, Celebrity Jeremy. Don't worry. I know. You said Trump put a statement out on True Social. I already read that one, but thank you for the update. And then Gerald says I'm in PA. Well, thank you, Gerald. Okay, right on. All right, so how many of you are in the military? And then SVD Girl says Olivia Newton-John dead at 73. Yes, RIP to Olivia Newton-John. So if we have members of the military in here, and I don't expect you to get into too many details. So let me just say, I don't expect you to get into too many details, but what I will say is it's obvious how bad things have gotten in the last 2 years. And I think a lot of you know that. And yes, thank you to you for any of you that are in or previously served. Thank you for your service. I respect military members because you do a job that I did not choose to do myself. And the reason I even have that choice is because you made the choice. And without you being the brave individual to make that choice, then suddenly I would have, been forced to make that decision. So I respect people that make those decisions that, that keep it to where I wouldn't have had to make that decision. So, thank you guys for that. But yeah, the military has gotten significantly worse in the last 2 years. It's really, really bad. And I know that firsthand from a lot of direct contact. It's kind of disturbing, some of the stuff that, I've heard and some of the things that are, right up, it's pretty obvious what we're seeing. Take That Dummy for 5 says, I'm honorably discharged, 8 years, Army infantry. I didn't fight for this BS. No, you didn't. And, it's scary when the military is being affected. This is why people go, well, guys, why are you complaining about movies you don't like? We're complaining because we see what's going on, and it's not just affecting movies we don't like. If it was just affecting movies we didn't like, it really wouldn't be a problem. But of course, if they weren't looking to affect every aspect of life, they wouldn't even be worrying about movies. As Breitbart said, politics downstream from culture. They're looking to affect culture because they are trying to affect politics, policy. That's the whole point. So everything you're seeing from the entertainment industry, it's affecting even the military. That's how bad it is. Gerald Armstrong says, I'm a chief petty officer, just like Ryan. Unlike him, I retired. Yeah, I hear. Thank you, Gerald. Thank you for your service, buddy. I think I've heard you say that before. But yeah, it's affecting every single aspect of life. That's the problem. That's the big problem here. And, I don't think we got a new member. Did we get a new member? I didn't see the member. There it is. Lying dog-faced pony soldier, swig of water level. By the way, thank you guys. We hit 100 members on the channel last time I streamed, and a lot of that was due to you guys doing the gifting feature. I know Low Watermark sent quite a few, and some other people. Thank you. I'm a firm believer. I'm a very firm believer in a channel that has a lot of memberships is probably going to be on the good side of YouTube, because YouTube sees, hey, there's a lot of paying members to this channel. And I really think that a paid membership really helps a channel stay in the good graces of YouTube, because one thing YouTube likes is money. They do like that. And so thank you for 100 members. That's really awesome. So the Unleashed Zone says it's all because of the New World Order Agenda 30. There's like, I wonder what Alex Jones is going to say about this. That's going to be interesting. I should text Alex. See what he thinks. The fact that I can text Alex Jones and ask him what he thinks is insane. That's insane to me, but it's real. Somebody just said in the chat, let me see if I can find it. Well, where did it go? Someone said, yeah, there it is. I appreciate this. D-Day Cobra, do more politics. Your voice is welcome. I do need to do more on this channel. I have so many things going on, and the fact that I have a 100,000 sub channel that I don't pay him enough attention to is kind of stupid of me. It's just that Geeks and Gamers keeps me so busy and all the moving parts that we have that it's a lot to keep up with. But I love this channel. I love talking to you guys. And again, this channel is not a direct political channel. It's just my channel to kind of talk about whatever I want. And right now, politics are the kind of the main source. And it's also the channel that I can talk directly about the things that I really don't like to talk about on Geeks and Gamers, because there's no way I would go live on Geeks and Gamers and talk about President Trump's house being raided. I would never do that. I would absolutely never do that. But here I can talk about those things and virtually anything else I want. And so, yeah, Trunk says no more excuses. We need this channel more than ever. Thank you, Jay. Yeah, I know. CJ's right. It will be at least 200K if it stayed on it. I know. We got plans though. But that's what I'm doing now. I'm here. I've told you guys I'd be doing more content here. At least I've been doing a lot more live streams here recently. And you guys are tuning in great numbers. I appreciate all of you being here. Really do. And, I'm interested to see what the reaction is from many different people across the political aisles. I'm interested to see some of these right-wing nut jobs out there that cry about Trump. I'm interested to see what their reaction is to this. The people that are anti-Trump, the never Trumper crowd of Republicans. I'll be interested to see what they think about all of this, because I've seen them cry and whine and just piss and moan about Donald Trump over and over and over again. Let me see. We got somebody said, does Geese Gamers do promotions for indie tabletop titles? Just curious, and it's good to see you online after all these years. Hey, thank you. We actually have a tabletop channel. It's actually live right now. Geeks and Gamers Tabletop is live right now. And that's a channel that is pretty new, but it's doing really well. And so, yeah, so for anybody who's curious, if you go to geeksandgamers.com and you just, on the very top, there's the channels list, hit that channels tab, and that'll show you all of the Geeks and Gamers direct channels that we have. And you can subscribe to all of them if you want, or the ones that you're interested in. But I want to show you guys again, this is the man that's running our country right now. This man right here.
It was all about, gay bathhouses and everything. It's all about round the clock sex. It's all, come on, man.
That's the man that's running our country right now. Also, did you guys see today? Did you see him today? Let me see if I can find this video of him, okay? Let me see if I can find it. It's so bad. Like, it's unbelievably bad. Yeah, right here it is, okay? This guy right here. This is probably one of the main reasons why the distractions keep happening. Look at this. Look at this clown. Holy crap. Holy crap. Like, seriously? Seriously? It's so bad. It's so bad. Oh my God. Yes, that doesn't make sense, does it? We have 1,400 likes and 1,200 viewers. It's almost like they take visibility away from the channel, as like there should never be more likes than live viewers. Like, explain that to me. Team YouTube, can you explain to me why there's more likes than live viewers? That makes absolutely no sense. How? Like, I get that people came in and they liked it and they were watching for a while and they had something else to do, or maybe someone else went live, but it's still like that shows engagement. So you should be boosting it to other people, because clearly that's the whole thing. People are liking what they see, so they're liking it. I don't know, man. Doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, that's our that's Joe Biden. That's Joe Biden right there. It's so bad. It's really bad. Hang on. What was the other one? Oh, there was another one I want to show you guys. Look at this one. Look at this. This right here. Okay. Let me find it. Give me just a minute. Okay, check this out. First of all, let's see this one. So we got an interesting little update here. Okay, feds raid Mar-A-Lago. Search warrant executed this morning. Lasted for hours. Trump in New York City at time of raid. FBI seeking classified documents. White House says unaware of pending raid. Bro, come on. You can't actually expect that we're going to believe that you decided to raid the fucking former president of the United States and the White House had no knowledge of this whatsoever. Get the fuck out of here. Holy shit, dude. Come on, man. That is a joke. This is an absolute joke beyond belief. There is no way anybody is going to actually believe that. That shows there's no scenario where this makes Biden look good. There's no scenario. Number one, it looks like you're lying because you are. But secondly, let's just assume for argument's sake that the White House didn't even know about it. That just shows a level of incompetence that I can't even understand. Holy shit. Who believes this? Who? Name it. Name me. Get one motherfucker that actually believes that the White House was not knowledgeable of this. Jesus Christ. Yes. Who's making these decisions? And on that point, this is the other thing I wanted to show you. On that point, here we go. Let me find it. On that point, right here. All right. Look at this. Okay. Again, let's just remember. Okay. Let's just remember who's making these decisions. Who's making the calls? It ain't this guy right here. Listen.
May I say something?
You're the president.
I still have to ask permission.
May I ask? He says, may I say something here? The guy says, you're the president. I still have to ask permission. This man is not making any decisions whatsoever. One more time.
May I say something?
You're the president.
I still have to ask permission.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. So, yeah, right there. May I say something? You're the president. I still have to ask permission. This man is not in charge. He's not making decisions. It's an embarrassment. It's a complete and total embarrassment. Was there any more?
The weather may be out of control for now, but it's not beyond our control.
I haven't heard that one. I haven't heard that one.
Control for now.
Hang on.
The weather may be beyond our control for now, but it's not beyond our control.
What does that even mean? I hadn't heard that one. What? What?
The weather may be beyond our control for now, but it's not beyond our control.
Jesus Christ. Holy shit, man. That is pathetic. That is pathetic. I didn't even know about that one. Swig of water for the working man. Ugh. The weather may be out of our control for now, but it is not beyond our control. My goodness. What else do we have? Is there anything else? Let's see. Hang on. Wait.
So I don't want any Kentuckian telling me you don't have to do this for me. Oh yeah, we do. You're an American citizen. We never give up. We never stop. We never bow. We never bend. We just go forward. And that's what we're going to do here. And you're going to see. And I promise you, the bad news for you is I'm coming back because I want to see it. Thank you very much.
What does that even mean? What does that even mean? The bad news for you is I'm coming back. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Good Lord, man. Oh, well. Holy crap, man. What a bunch of clowns. What a bunch of clowns we are dealing with. Yeah. I mean, bad news is I'm coming back. What the hell is that even supposed to mean, Joe Biden? What the hell is even that? What a disaster. My goodness. Okay. We have 20 from Boogie Boo. They tried to smear him, didn't work. They tried to frame him, didn't work. They tried to impeach him, didn't work. Taking us down. Oh, excuse me. I had to hiccup. Taking us down is the only way to defeat Donald Trump. Stay strong, America. It's always the darkest before the dawn. Absolutely. There. I had to get that burp out for you. But yeah, it's just unbelievable. I'm trying to process that weather one right there. I'm trying to process the weather one. What the hell? That wasn't a good one. That was weak. That was weak. Flag Ninja, $10. I think my member chat might have slipped through the cracks. No worries. I was just wondering if the FBI had stated what they were looking for or what they did find. Yeah, so I just read that from Breaking 911. And again, 100% lie. 100% lie that the White House says that they were not aware of this. 100% lie. Don't believe it at all. Thomas Meadows says, I got out of the military in 18, runs like crap. All they care about was LGBT and single moms. Take away single moms' cell phones. You run the base. I think that's what you meant with base. There's no E on it. Thank you, Thomas, and thank you for your service. Greatly appreciate that and appreciate you. General Larry, just want to say my cousin is a Ranger in the Army, and from what he said, they aren't infected with anything woke. Well, a Ranger in the Army? A Ranger's probably not affected, but the lower levels of it is. But totally, I'm glad to hear that though, and your cousin is obviously a badass. XSL, look at the Never Trumpers whining about bringing democratically elected President Orban to CPAC while saying nothing about the raid. Yeah, I mean, these people are nuts. The Never Trumpers are the worst. I don't even want to call them Never Trump or rhinos. The Never Trumpers are who I'm focused on. The Never Trumpers are the most horrible people out there. Ruthie, what's up, Ruthie? I think Nancy Pelosi is running the country, LOL. I think Barack Obama's running the country, but Nancy Pelosi's right there involved. But I think Barack Obama's running the country. Like, that's who I think. Chat, what do you think? My theory is Barack Obama. Swig of water for the working man. I think it's Obama. Divergent Zen says, hey, remember the other presidential candidate that maintained an in-home server with, quote, top secret materials on it? Absolutely, I do. Absolutely. Yeah, Obama term 3. That's where I'm at. Celebrity Jeremy, Democrats are fine with looking incompetent because they know they can keep doing crap like this. 100% on that. BFSD, Jeremy, did you know Olivia Newton-John died today from cancer at age 73? She was in the movie Grease. Rest in peace, Olivia Newton-John. Absolutely, and rest in peace to her. Yeah, I absolutely think it's Obama, though. If that was that's my educated guess, because there's no way Joe Biden's making the decisions. As a matter of fact, what's that clip? Where's that clip of Biden? Let's see if I can find it really quick. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, right here. Right here. So this right here, this should tell you everything you need to know about who's running the country right here. So bad. Nobody cares about him. Nobody cares. This man is so lost. Look, he's grabbing Obama's shoulder. He's grabbing Obama's shoulder. Son of a, it's so bad. It's so bad. Like, holy crap. Hang on. Versus this right here. Okay. So right here. Now you compare that. Okay. I'll show you who the alpha in the room is. Okay. This is the alpha in the room right here. Just just
I have been very, very direct with Secretary Stoltenberg and members of the alliance in saying that NATO members must finally contribute their fair share and meet their financial obligations. But 23 of the 28 member nations are still not paying what they should be paying and what they are supposed to be paying for their defense. This is not fair to the people and taxpayers of the United States. And many of these nations owe massive amounts of money from past years and not paying in those past years. Over the last 8 years, the United States
look at us.
spent more on defense than all other NATO countries combined. If all NATO members had spent just 2% of their GDP on defense last year, we would have had another $119 billion for our collective defense and for the financing of additional NATO.
Look at these guys. These guys are just so scared. And this is why they hate him. This is why they hate him. He is the greatest president of my lifetime, and he does not put up with any bullshit. That is a leader. That is an alpha. That is a president. That is the guy that should be leading the United States of America. And all of these losers are terrified of him because he has the people's best interest in mind. That is why they despise him right there. One more time, just flexing a little bit for him. That's a badass mofo right there. That is the man right there. That that is the greatest president of my lifetime. So, and again, that's why he will just hold people accountable. And he holds crooked politicians accountable. He holds crooked government officials accountable, and they are terrified of it. And I honestly, like, with the latest move, I'm going to say something I think I might split the audience a little bit on this one. Okay. I might split the audience, but something I've been kind of against, but I think after tonight and what they've pulled, I think I'm for what I'm about to say, because I've been against this, even though I think it's the best case scenario. I think that I'm gonna. As a matter of fact, I'll play it for you real quick, because I played this on my last live stream. Give me a second. All right, right here. If I can find it, right here. So we talked about this on my last live stream, and I said I wasn't in favor of it because I want DeSantis in Florida. But after what they just pulled, we need the strongest ticket imaginable. And this is what Robert Barnes had to say. And I think I'm 100% for it now.
Declare his candidacy, make it clear. Also, that gives Trump a political edge. When
they'll have trouble indicting him.
They'll have trouble indicting him. Not only that, it will also bring that when there is a wave of support of populist candidates in 2022, Trump can partially take credit for it by announcing his campaign and co-campaigning.
I agree. So who's his running mate?
My understanding is it's already decided. It's going to be DeSantis. DeSantis is not going to challenge or contest Trump, and Trump is quietly.
Well, so that's huge. That's what I've heard. You have more context than I do. DeSantis is ready to get behind Trump.
Oh yeah, in fact, he's already made that agreement. That agreement's already been made. So unless Trump
we'll spend more time on that. That's
sure. Okay, yeah. So I mean, it's simple. DeSantis is a very politically savvy, smart guy. He knows that Trump can only run for one term. So this is a unique vice presidential.
He'll be president next.
Exactly.
Perfect.
He'd be president. And he would get 2 terms. A lot of vice presidents have difficulty getting 2 terms because their prior one served 2 terms consecutively. That's not going to happen here. So not only that, DeSantis will be given a lot of power and discretion over.
Because Trump's old and tired.
Exactly. Particularly in domestic policy. Trump's strength is his great instinct.
He'll do international while DeSantis handles the country.
Exactly. And that's
perfect.
That's what he wanted Pence to do. Pence just betrayed him, as we're discovering in the Burke's book and the other books. But DeSantis is a much better person. It kills 2 birds with one stone. One is Trump needed to moot all this talk of DeSantis challenging him. Secondly,
this hasn't hit the news yet.
No, it isn't. It isn't public, but it will be by the time. It probably won't be fully public until the convention. But the agreement is already there behind the scenes for Trump and DeSantis to run on a ticket in 2024. And that's why all these people talking about DeSantis challenging him, totally false. That's totally fake news.
Beautiful.
The only way anything like that happens is if Trump has a health problem or something else.
By the way, I'm beside myself happy right now.
Well, not only that, DeSantis is also insurance. Right now, the only reason why Trump hasn't announced this ticket is while DeSantis is out there, he's also indictment insurance for Trump because Democrats are as scared.
He would win too, yeah.
Of Trump. So they're like, well, if we take out Trump, we're stuck with DeSantis, and maybe we get doubly whacked. So it provides perfect cover. Ultimately, they'll run.
He's got to make sure they're never on the same airplane together.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Alex is so funny. So that's from Robert Barnes. I haven't had a chance to talk to Robert Barnes about that yet. I was actually going to ask him about that the other day. We just couldn't connect. But honestly, that's the most unbeatable ticket. It's the most unbeatable ticket you could imagine. And we'll see. All right. So somebody just told me to check Matt Walsh's Twitter. Let's see what Matt Walsh has got to say. All right. All right. They're saying they raided Trump's home because he had classified documents. This already makes little sense because Trump, as president, had the power to declassify literally anything he wanted whenever he wanted. None of it makes sense. So it's a great point right there from Matt Walsh. Tonight's events to help clarify what exactly those 87,000 new IRS agents will be doing. 100%, man. I'm not a fan of Matt Walsh, by the way. Matt Walsh is another, like, half the time he's like, oh, it says things about Trump, and then he whines about Trump. I'm not really a fan of Matt Walsh, although I do appreciate Matt Walsh's work with, like, What Is a Woman and some of his other things. I'm not a fan of him, per se, but because he's like, one day he'll be like, oh, Trump is mean and we don't need a divisive figure like Trump and meh, meh, meh. And then the next day he's talking about how important Trump is. So Democrats are behaving as though Republicans won't take power ever again. That is a scary thought right there. Now, again, I want people to think about that. That is a very scary thought because that's exactly how they're acting. They're acting like nothing is on the line. You know what I mean? So that's a very good point. It's a very good point. Mar-a-Lago under siege, raided, occupied by FBI agents. Trump says America lives in the banana republic run by people who are sick and evil. Trump is 100% right. 100% right. And then there's a DeSantis tweet. The FBI has been ideologically captured for a long time, so has every other institution in American life. So, yeah. Has Ben Shapiro said anything? Has Benny Boy said anything? Let's see. Happening now. Media, law enforcement, and supporters are gathering in front of Mar-a-Lago following FBI raid. Cuban American woman showing support for President Trump. Oh, the media doesn't like that narrative, do they? Ooh, the media doesn't want to talk about a Cuban American woman showing support for Donald Trump. Crowds of Trump supporters show up at Mar-a-Lago. Fuck. I don't want to get copyright struck. Look at it, man. You ain't stopping the MAGA train, baby. You're only making people more pumped about it. That's all you're doing. That's all you're doing. Let's see. There's spotted outside of Mar-a-Lago. Dan Bongino went off. I watched him on Fox News. So Dan Bongino went off. Eric Trump says FBI found nothing in my father's safe. Let's see what else we got. Of course, Twitter explodes. Let me back out. Let me open this back up. I have to open up on like Chrome tabs because the way my computer audio is, it's weird. Okay, Twitter explodes after FBI raids Trump's home in Mar-a-Lago. Noticeable public figures lashed out online Monday afternoon after news broke that the FBI had executed a search warrant for Trump's Florida home. The investigation was centered around classified material that Trump brought with him to Mar-a-Lago from the White House. Biden's out of that was Donald Trump Jr. Biden's out of control. DOJ is ripping this country apart with how they're openly targeting their political enemies. Donald Trump Jr. tweeted, "This is what you see in a third world banana republics. We truly live in a third world country," Eric Trump tweeted. The FBI raid of Mar-a-Lago is a continuation of the left's endless and unlawful persecution of President Trump, Kimberly Guilfoyle tweeted. The failed Biden regime will do anything to try and distract the nation from the people or from the fact that their policies are destroying our nation. 100%. I love how 221B is showing up here. So this is actually our stuff right here. Right there. Look at that. Look at that. You can go to 221B right now and get you a Geeks and Gamers patch right there. You can get the bag too. Look at that. That's awesome. So there's the Geeks and Gamers Rebel Pack. You can get you this awesome bag. You can get the RK Outpost. You can get the Welcome to Rebellion. You can get the Geeks and Gamers patch and more. more is coming. More is coming in the very near future. But back to the point at hand. But I love how that's showing up. All right, so we have Buck Sexton, who's a radio host. He's part of the Clay and Buck show. No special counsel for Hunter Biden's cocaine hookers, tax evasion, and selling off his dad's office to China. But FBI raids former President Trump's home looking for random documents. Seems legit. That's 100% ridiculous right there. That's 100% ridiculous. Think about that in context. Think about it. Think about it. Candace Owens, political commentator, or that's describing who she is. The FBI must be legally and formally dissolved. What happened to President Trump is positively stunning and a mark for unchecked government power. I no longer recognize the country I live in, left or right. We must all come together to fight this evil. That's a very, very good point from Candace Owens. And I like Candace Owens a lot. She's great. This whole thing, man, it's pretty sad. It's pretty sad. Somebody said to check Mark Levin's tweets. So I could spell. I can't believe that this is happening, but this is like the Twitter nonsense all over again. Okay, let's look at this tweet right here. Okay. The Biden administration's raid on former President Trump's Florida home is a bald attack on our republic. The Democratic Party is dragging us into a third world. Raiding and ransacking a former president's home and likely future candidate for president against Biden, who has insisted he is running again, is bullshit. This is an unprecedented act of state-sponsored lawlessness. Millions have rightly lost faith in the DOJ, FBI, and media and Congress, and this is beyond anything I can ever recall. And yeah, where's the GOP leadership? He's 100% right. Again, one thing and one thing only was accomplished tonight. One thing and one thing only was accomplished tonight. They have unified MAGA like it's never been unified before. They have unified MAGA to a level that we have never seen. And trust me, they've already been so scared about it. MAGA has been unified like we have never seen. You made a massive, massive mistake tonight. You are in serious trouble. We have never seen MAGA more motivated than it is right now. That's just the bottom line. That's all you accomplished. That's it. You've done nothing. You've done nothing but guarantee that MAGA is going to show up like you've never seen before. That's the fact right there. You done fucked up. Big time. Big time. Let's see. Unleash Zone, World Economic Forum, and Agenda 2030. Gerald Armstrong, the thing that he does with his jacket. Yeah, freaking Biden. The Riddler, Jeremy, I don't think we're going to make it to 2024. We'll be lucky if we make it to midterms. Sorry, I got the hiccups. Yeah, I mean, it's dangerous, but people have to start paying attention right now. Like right now in this particular moment in time, we have to start paying attention. And if you're on the fence, you need to get off the fence and figure out what you want to see happen, because Joe Biden, Democratic Party, do not have your best interest in mind. A lot of the Republicans don't either, by the way. Again, as I've had to state many times, I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I am a Trump guy. Donald Trump is the best man for the job, and it's not even close. He's the guy for the job. The Riddler, I got that. Joe C818 says, great stream, Jeremy. Bathhouse Barry O'Buttman is running the country. Cheers. Zinny Biscuit, I just got that one, Zinny, telling me to check Mark Levin's tweet. Charles W. Jansen, did you see Roger E. Mosley from Magnum PI passed after a car crash? Let's see. Roger E. Mosley, who is that? I know Magnum PI. Who's Roger E. Mosley, though? I don't know the name off the top of my head. Magnum PI was like, I didn't really watch that as a kid. It was kind of in passing. So, Lancer, just a reminder, said classified documents are just records of historical archives. He kept stuff from peace accords. They act like he took nuke codes. Yeah. Oh, really? Okay. So he was the guy that flew the chopper. Okay. I wasn't overly familiar with Magnum PI. I mean, obviously I know the show, but I know about the car. So he was the helicopter pilot and he just passed away after a car crash. That's very sad. I did not know that. So yeah, I didn't really watch Magnum PI that much. Thank you, Charles. I appreciate that. I did see that Ezra Miller got felony charges, by the way. I did see that. Ezra Miller's a nut job, absolute nut job. So, let's see. Anne Heche is in pretty bad shape too. So that's crazy. CJ says, in response to the hit piece on Geese and Gamers article, you know what I look like. And you, sir, are not racist. Thank you, CJ. Yeah, again, once upon a time, racist claims actually were worth defending. They're not anymore because racist doesn't mean racist anymore. Racist means someone disagrees with me. Therefore, I'm going to call them a racist. And like I said, that whole thing on the Geese and Gamers website was, I was not familiar with the word. I had to look up the word. Once I learned what the word meant, here's how this would have went. If I would have been aware of this prior to the article going up, I would have definitely advised my team to, hey, let's probably not use that word. We'll use another word. Just, there's no point. There's no reason to actively use a word that is going to, be like that if it's not a word you've ever used. But once I had social justice weirdos crying about it, now I'm not taking it down. I'm absolutely not taking it down. So if you're that bothered by it, now you can be more bothered by it. As I said, if you're mad, you can put on a cape and be super mad because I don't give a fuck about your feelings. Anybody out there calling me a racist, I don't care about your feelings. I don't care about your tears. I don't care about your misery. I don't care. Your feelings mean nothing to me if you are going to sit there and call me a racist. You mean absolutely nothing and you're a loser in life. So there you go. There's a video of Anne Heche crawling on the gurney. What? It was filmed from a helicopter. Really? Is that for real? For real? What up, Krigler? Adam Krigler in the house. How you doing, man? Let's see here. Daniel Sternberg says, if you could get rid of either The Last Jedi or Rings of Power, which would you choose? Right now? Well, I would choose The Last Jedi because I've already made all of my money off of that one. Rings of Power, I'm going to make a lot of money off Rings of Power, so I would never want to get rid of that. So I 100% would definitely take that for sure. Take Last Jedi. Let me see. Not crawling, but freaking out. I'm about to see this video. What word? What was the word again, guys? What was the fucking word that people were offended over? Yeah. Squaw. So one of my writers referred to the young lady in the Prey movie as a squaw. And so apparently the historical relevance of that word is simply means an Indian woman or wife. That's what the actual term means. But I guess in 2021 or 2022 standards now, I guess that's been determined as offensive or racist. And so in the article, the characters referred to as that. And then I had people crying, calling us racist for it. So then I'm like, I don't even know what the fucking word means. So I looked up the word. I was like, okay, well, I see that it's got current day politics calling it racist or whatever, but the historical significance of the word means Indian woman or wife. That's literally what it means. So I will not remove this from my website at all. I did to my, I will, if the writer or my editor really wanted to, I wouldn't stop them from moving it because I give them editorial freedom. But if they're going to leave it up to me, fuck you. Fuck off. Fuck your feelings. I will not. So, yeah, everything's racist to these fucking freaks. So I'm just never going. I'm more inclined to double down now than ever before. I really am, because we can't buy into it, because here's what would have happened. So they publicly tried to come at me on Twitter and YouTube to try to shame me about something I wasn't even aware of. Because, I mean, who can keep up with what words are offensive anyway? Who has time for that? So you put me in a position where now I can't do anything about it, even if I want to, because now you're just going to use it if we remove it. Then you're just going to say, oh, see, we won. No, you didn't win. You absolutely didn't win. In fact, you lost, because now the word stays up. I'm going to get people to, I'm going to make money off of this. I'm going to sit there and talk bad about you and roast you. And I'm going to make an example of you. And I'm going to show that, no, you will never, ever, ever get anything out of me. None of the social justice freaks will ever determine my actions. In fact, I'll just do the exact opposite. So if you want that thing removed, now I'm going to definitely keep it up, because I find joy in your pain. And ultimately, that's what it comes down to. Literally didn't even know about this word, and now they're crying about it. So I really don't care. But let me see. We got to wrap this up soon. Drewby Rants, as someone who is part native, everyone has my permission to use that word. Don't let words have power over you. Scream that word for all I care. Thank you, Drewby Rants. I appreciate that. Ruthie says, Kathy Griffin loses it to your friend Alex Stein on Twitter. She made herself look stupid, which is in her heart. Yeah, no, she's I saw that. So I talked to Alex earlier. We were texting earlier, Alex Stein. Dude, Alex Stein is so good at getting them worked up. It's so great. It's so great. Patrick, they impeached Trump over allegedly asking the Ukraine government to go after Biden. Biden actually uses our government to go after Trump. Seems like Biden must be impeached by the Dems' own rules. Oh, the worst thing you can do is use their rules against them. You use their rules against them. Oh boy, that's they start freaking out. They start getting their lines crossed. They don't know what to do when you start using their lines against them. As a matter of fact, what I might do, tomorrow for Tuesday night's main event, which Tuesday night's main event over on Geeks and Gamers will happen tomorrow night. It'll be me, Ryan, and Ripa as always, and we'll have our guests as usual. But I think what I'm going to tweet out is anyone that didn't support the Ripaverse is a racist. So, and a sexist. So anybody that didn't back the Ripaverse, you're a racist and a sexist. So if you don't show me receipts for supporting the Ripaverse with a black lead character and a female character, if you didn't support that, you are a racist and a sexist. It means you don't like black representation and you don't like female representation. That's what I'll fucking do. And then we'll see how they feel about it. Because you know what they're going to do? They're going to cry and they're going to whine. Well, I didn't make the fucking rules. You freaks did. You freaks call everybody a fucking racist or a sexist every time they have an opinion. Well, let's see how you like that logic, And again, obviously, I don't mean it, but I like to use their logic against them and watch their wires cross, So, this is an old school Geeks and Gamers stream. I've missed it. I really do have to do more. I apologize for not doing more. Like, I need to stream more. I know you guys miss it. I know we probably lost a lot of momentum on the streaming side of things because 10 channels, man, 10 YouTube channels at this point, a Twitch channel, a website, social media, and other projects that I can't formally announce publicly yet that we're working on. I can say we'll be in creating some content, some cool content. That's all I can say. But it goes beyond the world of YouTube, and that's the whole point. Creating something that it goes beyond YouTube. But it's just a lot. But I need to make more time to live stream and talk to all of you, communicate with all of you, because I appreciate you all. I miss doing these live streams where we just talk and shoot the shit. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is. Let's see. Oh, this is so going to get screen captured. What, me saying I'm going to do more live streams? D-Day Cobra, what's your favorite Nintendo console? I mean, if you eliminate the bells and whistles, then it's the Super Nintendo, because I still believe the Super Nintendo is the greatest system ever made. But if you add all the bells and whistles, the Nintendo Switch is easily my favorite console. You know what I mean? But, you know, we'll see. I'm reading the chat right now. Are you still here, Krista? I don't know if she's still here. Krista may not be here. Are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Krista.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm, oh, look in the private chat there. I'm good. We got to wrap this up soon. How are we looking on Streamlabs?
Let me take a look.
Oh, we got one from Sparks, $5. It's ridiculous that everything Native American is racist now. I thought diversity was supposed to be about be celebrated, but now we can't even look at a Native culture without even being called racist. Yeah, I mean that's true. Look at yeah, you were pretty hot when you came in there in your microphone, Chris. You're like, hello.
Oh, so sorry.
It's all right. But yeah, so we got like we were talking about this the other day, but I mean, you have stuff like Uncle Ben's, Aunt Jemima, you had Land Lakes, you had like all of these like non-white represented, branding opportunities, and they got rid of all of them. What? What the hell is going on here? So we can have things like Kentucky Fried Chicken or Wendy's where you have white characters that are represented, but you have like Aunt Jemima is like an iconic brand. You know what I mean? Like it's iconic. And now they don't, it's not even there anymore. I don't know. What is it called now? What is Aunt Jemima called now? Chat? Anybody know? It's called something basic. We were talking about this the other day and I can't remember. Somebody will tell me here. Yeah, like the Cleveland Indians being changed to Guardians. It's like something mill. Pearl Milling. That's it. It's Pearl Millings.
That's fine.
Like, what does it even look like? I got to look it up. What does it look like? Like, let's see. Pearl Millings. Like, I worked in retail. Obviously, I've talked about this a lot. I've worked in retail for a long time. And, oh my God, that's so boring. That's so boring. That's not good. Here, I'm looking it up now. Let's see. So this is what it looks like now. So that's no. Look, that's it. Look, that is iconic. Let me see. Open a new tab. Oh, I have to share my screen. Hang on. Unshare. Share screen. So right here. So this is what wokeness does, okay? This is iconic. This is iconic. This is something that whenever I was shopping or like this just stands out to you. This is an iconic brand. And now because of social justice weirdos, now we lose this representation as they call for, and we get this basic generic pearl milling company. Holy crap. That's terrible, man. But this is what wokeness does right here. It gets rid of iconic stuff like this and gives us generic garbage.
Milling. That doesn't even sound like a syrup.
I know.
Sort of thing. That just sounds
like
so
a paper
boring.
company.
I know.
Like a paper company. So it's so bad. It's so bad. So there we are on that. Let's see. We got where we at? Hang on. Henry back to play. Hey, Jeremy, the correct media current narrative. FBI sees 15 boxes of, or the correct media's current narrative. FBI sees 15 boxes of classified docs. Just an FYI, as President Trump can declassify any docs. Exactly. Gerald Armstrong, get No Man's Sky when it comes out on Switch. If I was going to get No Man's Sky, I would get it on PS5 or Xbox One because if there's third-party games, I'm not going to play them on Switch because it's not good. But I'll play my Nintendo first-party titles all day long, and I love them. Seal Hunter says, I have to buy the Rippaverse now, so I won't be racist and sexist. Obviously, I'm joking, but you should support the Rippaverse if you have the means. You really should. That's who Chris is cosplaying as in this picture.
Yeah,
She's cosplaying
Yaira.
as Yaira.
Mhm.
What's up, Michelle? I see Michelle in the chat. Hello, how are you? Charles W. Jansen says they can't allow a product to feature a successful minority. No, they can't. No, they can't. But I think we're going to end it there. Almost 2,000 likes. Thank you guys. We've had 1,200 people throughout the night. Again, it's always amazing to me that I can go live on this channel, even when, we don't go live that often on here, and you guys are always here to support me. It's disgusting what's going on in our country. It's troubling. But we're going to keep fighting. We're going to keep, pressing forward, because that's all we can do. We can't let them intimidate us from our opinions. We can't let them, make people back down and be ashamed, because it's not right. And I think that every single common sense person out there realizes that. Michelle says, could you shout out my little girl, hun? You are family to me, Jeremy. What's her name? Michelle, what's your little girl's name? Let's see. I'm looking to see if I can get a comment. Let's see. I'm looking. We will win. Yes, as Ripa says, we will win. Keep it up, Jeremy. Thank you, CJ. I appreciate you, man. It's good meeting you at Anime Matsuri. Name is Rise. Oh, that's great. All right, so Rise, shout out to you. Mom Michelle, always supporting us. So great to have Rose. Okay, I'm sorry, Rose. I was like, okay. Rose, not Rise. Rose. So Rose, pleasure meeting you here on the internet. So I hope that you have a great night. Don't listen to my streams until you get old enough, because I say a lot of mean words, as Krista says. So thank you so much, Michelle. Krista, you got anything going on?
No, tomorrow's Tuesday night's main event. We have premium happening right now as we speak, so that's awesome. We have a lot of great things happening here at G&G. Actually, this Thursday I'm joining Tabletop for the first time ever. Yeah, as a guest. So that should be interesting.
Are they still live right now? Check and see, Krista.
Let me take a look.
Hello, Jeremy. I'm from Greece. Am I welcome here? Yes, of course you are.
They
of course you are. Yes, you are welcome. So, all right. So Tabletop's live?
Okay. They're still live. With Nick Ricada.
All right. So if you guys can go raid Geeks and Gamers Tabletop right now, I'll pull up the stream.
I'll put it in chat.
Let's get you guys to go raid them. Drop it in the chat, Krista. So here they are right here.
Ricada has dummy.
11 splashing.
Yeah, he's probably not there. So.
And then Gorazura also make me a strength saving throw.
So let's go raid that chat. Like the video.
No disadvantage.
Now, understand, please, try to go over there and keep it on point, because they are doing Tabletop. So, don't go over there with the whole, political stuff. But yeah, just go over there, see how they're doing, and tune in if you guys are into Dungeons and Dragons. We are very excited about that channel. They've done a great job. Arudai's done a great job over there. So go show them some support and some love. And I love everything they have going on over there. So thank you guys. I appreciate all of you. Thank you to Krista for being here. Thank you to everybody in the chat for being here. We'll see you again for Tuesday night's main event over on the Geeks and Gamers channel tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern. Other than that, have a great day, and we will talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.
Hi, guys.
And I got to end it here. Give me a minute.